I have doubled my sales team results and I have cut down the sales cycle length in half. In today's video, I'm going to tell you about the importance of adapting your sales pitch for different clients from different industries, different cultures, and different countries. So let's get on with the topic. And let me start by telling you why it is so important to adapt your sales pitch to different customers. First and foremost, we are people and we are buying from other people. Even in B2B, the importance of relationships, the importance of being understood as a human being, as a professional, as a person from a particular industry that is facing certain problems, issues, or challenges is very important. So if you can create a feeling during a sales call or the whole sales cycle in general, that you understand your potential client, that you are a like-minded individual, I think that you are increasing your chances greatly. And benefits of such approach are just countless. First of all, you are building stronger relationships with your customers. And if you are able at the very first moment of starting this relationship, build something that is lasting, this can benefit you in years to come. Meaning that this customer in the future will recommend you more often. They will feel like calling you with different problems or challenges for advice or for additional piece of your service or additional product of yours. Adapting will also mean that you will have increased conversions, because if you are able to tailor your proposal, your offering, and your narrative to a certain individual, you are going to observe that your numbers are growing. And they are not necessarily growing because you have more potential customers. You are just closing more deals and your conversion rates are going up. And the last benefit that is obvious, but is a consequence of the two previous ones, is that you will effectively make more money for your business. And you know what's great? You will do this while doing even better job for your customers than now. So it's a total win-win situation. Pitching starts before you will actually start to pitch anything. And while this might sound weird to you, that's the whole truth. Because in B2B, relationships are very important and preparation phase is also super important. I have highlighted this many times in multiple of my videos because I think this is one of the crucial things that people are often overlooking while trying to successfully build their sales force and their own sales strategies that they are doing individually. Before you will actually get onto the meeting, get on a call with a prospect or a potential client, you should do your homework. You should visit company website, you should check out their social media and see what the company is actually doing, what are the problems that they might be facing on a daily basis. And also you should check out the owners, co-founders, and a person that you will be on a call, their LinkedIn profile, in order to find out what they are interested in, what they have looked for in the past couple of weeks or months. And also you might be able to discover interesting facts, like for example, that you have friends in common. And this is one of the things that you should note down and try to bring on a call, because there is nothing better to strengthen the relationship than finding out that we have common interests, common goals, or common friends. Another important thing that I am analyzing very thoroughly is the content of the message that I am receiving. If there is a conversion on your contact form, if there is an email that you are receiving, or if there is a direct message that someone sends you on LinkedIn, it's very important to take your time and read the message thoroughly. And by thoroughly, I do not mean that you should spend a minute to read a couple of sentences. You should analyze how the message is actually written. Is it a call for help? Are there any other things that are mentioned there indirectly that might suggest that someone has a particular state of mind? So is this person writing to you from the bottom of their heart because they feel like you are an expert, or maybe they were forced by their boss to drop you a message and they are not that interested in your service or solution? These are things that you will be able to spot and underline once you will get into the habit of analyzing the messages regularly. Another step that is happening also before pitching anything to the customer is engaging with them. So having a meeting, one-on-one meeting, in-person meeting, or a telco, during which you should listen. And that's very important. I always say to all of the salespeople that I have trained or that I have engaged with, that salespeople are not talkative, or they shouldn't be talkative. I mean, like, most of us are talkative, but we should very much withhold ourselves from talking during the meetings. We are listeners. Salespeople should listen, and that should be the habit. Because if you are able to ask one open-ended question, and that's another tip for you, open-ended questions, what are the challenges that you are facing? You should become all ears in order to write down, record, discover as much detail about your prospect's needs as you possibly can. Instead of just pitching or telling about how awesome is your solution, you should just be quiet and try to discover, and uncover as much as you possibly can. Additionally, finding out about your prospects' expectations and about the timeline that they are expecting should be also one of the must-haves on the meeting. I always ask a question like, okay, by when would you plan to introduce this solution? When do you expect us to prepare a proposal? When would you like to have a first result? This can give you a lot of information about potential customers' expectations and can have multiple benefits. You will not be expecting to close a deal that is in a phase of just looking throughout the market, and they will probably decide in Q2 next year. Additionally, you will not be forced to prepare anything in a rush if they are not in a rush. And if they are in a rush, you will be able to reassess your priorities if this is the potential customer that you really want to close. In order to outpace your competition, you can reprioritize and position yourself in a way that will create an impression that this particular company, business is very important to you and your business. The next phase, and this is still before pitching anything, is preparation of the proposal. So I always try to focus on the pain points that I am discovering during familiarizing myself with a message and the first teleconference that I'm having with a potential prospect. I always try to find solutions to these problems. So I match the services, the products that I have in my offering to the prospect's needs, instead of just randomly pitching and giving discounts to the offerings that might not be a good fit to those prospects' needs. And just before I will move any further, remember to subscribe our channel if you are finding this video interesting. What I always do with proposals is that I always suggest one solution, and I always advise this to my customers as well. Instead of presenting multiple options that people can choose from, you should rather position yourself as an expert, as a subject matter expert that is recommending a solution to the needs that you have discovered during the sales call. What I always recommend our customers to do is to have industry-specific case studies. This can help very much on making a purchase decision if someone feels that others from the industry, maybe even renowned brands, maybe even their colleagues or maybe their competition, have already decided to use the solution or a service that you are pitching. This creates this sense of trust and boosts your credibility in a significant way. And finally, we are moving to the actual pitching phase. So if you have discovered the needs, prepared yourself well for the conversation, and you have created a very well tailored proposal, you're actually ready to present it. What I'm always trying to do is to present the proposal personally, or in a worst case scenario, record the presentation for this particular business or a company, instead of just sending this through email. In my opinion, sending proposals through emails strips you of a couple of essential things that are important for a salesperson. First and foremost, you do not have the opportunity to ask a follow-up question during the meeting. A customer does not also have this ability, so they cannot ask you the question while on a meeting, okay, so what is this, what is that? This can actually work to your disadvantage. Additionally, you are not able to observe a reaction. And I always try to tell to all of the salespeople that are working for me, to all of the people that I am advising, is that this is a very important moment. If you are able to spot a reaction, you can draw a lot of conclusions from that. If someone is bored, if someone is not drawn into the whole concept, you can already make some assumptions, or more likely safe assumptions, about their approach and about how they actually see you as a business. And this is very important and I think overlooked by many salespeople. And you also have ability to strengthen relationship with this particular person or people while having yet another meeting with them. You also are able to discover more information, like, okay, so when are you going to distribute this throughout the organization? And when can we expect some answers from you? Is there anything else that you would like me to do in the meantime? These are all important elements that also play well and work in your favor. While preparing yourself for the proposal call, you should also write down some potential questions that might appear. Maybe you should also write down the ones that have surfaced before on conversations with other customers. This can help you a great deal to prepare yourself and to be even more professional on the sales call. Maybe you can even apply them on the proposal as frequently asked questions. That's something to consider. But also this is something that enables you to improve your offering, implementing certain objections or certain things that are happening on the sales calls. And another recommendation that I always give is to try to avoid 50 pages of proposals. Try to prepare them in a way to be short, on point, and addressing all of the needs that you have discovered during the sales call. They should also be prepared in a readable and eye-friendly format, so this can be aesthetically appealing for someone that is receiving the proposal. So clean, short, easy to understand, and pretty appealing, but without fireworks. And before I will move to the last part of the video, please remember to subscribe to our channel if you are finding this video interesting and if you feel that you can benefit from marketing and sales knowledge in general. And the last part, it is as important as the pitch itself: follow-ups. I think that follow-ups are often overlooked, and I have observed many times in my personal career as a sales manager that people are just doing follow-ups randomly. And I don't think that this should be the case, because follow-up is a moment in which you can further build the relationship with a potential customer. If you are doing this regularly and if you are doing this persistently, even if a potential prospect is, let's say, on hold, so they told you that they are not going to make a decision right now, this can be very efficient for you in the long run, because most of your competitors will give up after a second follow-up or after hearing that, oh yeah, somewhere next year we'll probably get back to the topic. And this is the moment in which you can shine, because you can be the one that is following up every month, even with a short email, 2 sentences, or a short phone call, or a message on LinkedIn, in which you will be the one that is going to be memorized and imprinted in their brains, and your competitors are going to be the ones that they will completely forget about. And I have experienced this multiple times in my personal sales efforts, as well as in multiple cases in which I was managing the salespeople that were handling different deals by themselves. They have received message after weeks or even months from the customers that they have nurtured slowly but surely over time, and this can be a great surprise, especially in the dry season when you don't have as much in your pipeline as you would desire to have. Just to wrap it up, I think that a sales pitch is starting way before the actual pitching starts, or way before the actual presentation of the proposal or the offer starts, and I think it ends very far down the road of a sales cycle. Let me know what are your thoughts, what were the sales cycles that you were involved in, what are your best practices that you are finding interesting and efficient in your sales efforts, and let me know if you have any questions. I will be more than happy to prepare a video that will address those. Let me know what are your thoughts, and remember to subscribe to our channel if you found this video interesting. Have a great day ahead, and thanks for watching.